I'm introducing a little bit of a James Bond here. That's why, because without a video, it's difficult. Great. Thank you.
GMS is the world's largest cash buyer of ships for recycling. What motivated you to start GMS?
I think it is just trying to fill a need, of in the marketplace. So I was in US, as you probably know, I'm a professor in my past life, and I was busy teaching. And the US government was selling some surplus ships. And I was born and brought up in Bhavnagar, which is where ship recycling is done. And I knew a lot of people down there. And they wanted to buy these ships from US government. To buy ships from US MARAD, you had to be a US citizen or a US company. And said they could not buy these ships directly. So they started calling me. And I was saying, I have no expertise or knowledge of this business, so I can't do it. But as I started to study it a little bit more, and then my brother also got involved in ship recycling, I thought, let me try. And so it started something just by that I was lucky to be at the right place at the right time, as they say. And then I had to just exploit that opportunity. And coming from an academic background, I think I was a good student, so I studied the contracts well and how the whole program works. And the very first time we bid on the auction, we won. And then that gave us confidence, it became successful. Then I bid on the next auction, and I kept on winning on every auction. And the very first year I started this, we became the largest buyer of US vessels. And that gave us recognition.
Thanks for that video, Vaidyanathan. And we are talking about Dr. Anil Sharma. He is the founder and CEO of GMS, the largest cash buyer of ships and offshore assets in the world. And he has been ranked in the top 100 for several years now, according to the Lloyd's list. Can I have the can you take off the profile, Vaidyanathan? Just as a jokingly to set the context, we thought Alang and Bhavanagar was in the news for buying for ship recycling because of its gentle slope and the hard strata down below. But I can see it's not just about that. There is something about what we in India call the Guju mind, probably, isn't it? So otherwise, somebody who just moves out from India to do management, acquires a doctorate in management, and suddenly starts going and buying ships all around, and today is the #1 ship buyer in the world. What's happening here, Dr. Sharma?
Thank you very much for that kind introduction. I didn't even realize I had a video there, but thanks for this. Like anything else, when opportunity knocks, you open the door, as simple as that. So, and for the record, I'm not Gujarati, I'm Punjabi actually, but so that's the best of both worlds. Born and brought up in Gujarat, but originally from Punjab. So then it's a killer
the air
combination.
Can also impact. The air in Bhavanagar can also impact you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that.
Coming to the brass tacks, we talk about responsible ship recycling. You buy some of the most precious assets worldwide for ship recycling from some of the best people who are concerned about the environment. How do you manage your global requirements with what is see, Alang had a bad name in the past, while Alang was doing great things on the ship recycling side. But today, like what Alang is doing, what people like Parmar, Madam Avantika Singh is here, the Gujarat Maritime Board, how are we taking the responsible recycling forward? Hong Kong Convention, EU, can you throw your lights on how we take forward sustainable recycling into the future and take it very strongly?
It's a very important question, and it's let me see how best I can respond to that. So first of all, I think any of us who are in this world don't want to be involved in any business that pollutes or it causes harm to the environment or to the people. I mean, that's a fact. I don't think anybody wants to do that. The question is, what is the criteria we use to measure sustainability? I guess that's a new word, or responsible recycling, as you were saying. And how do you do that? And it's a matter of having an awareness and training. And I think the Hong Kong Convention is what started this whole, well, actually, let's go back to the Supreme Court, which is the Recycling Act that Mr. Parmar mentioned, which mirrors, and with the very first cruise ship that came to India, where the Supreme Court of India studied how a ship can be recycled responsibly. And then came the Hong Kong Convention in 2009, which took this thing to a global standard awareness. And then came, you know, the good yards of India, who took, under the leadership of Gujarat Maritime Board, took the initiative to go along with this. People like us who are in the outside world, you know, we are not brokers. We are actually intermediaries. So we buy the asset as is, where is. We take over. It's our crew on board. It's our flag. And now our job is to convert that, you know, combine the Western and the local, you know. I think you asked a question about EU. What I don't like about EU is a top-down versus a bottom-up approach. So what we have done is, I don't know how deep you want me to go into this, but India today is the largest green ship recycling destination in the world, period. You know, there is no other country in the world
and you're clear that we can take this strongly forward, because at the end of the day, let's be clear, one is a business, any business we are talking about, but this is a business which generates something which India needs, maximum employment. So the social connect also is extremely strong. So you feel that with people like Parmar, Gujarat Maritime Board, and the government of India, the legislations we are talking, this is one industry which we can take very strongly forward, and good for the country and good for the world, because the world needs responsible recyclers.
I will give you, I like acronyms. So I'll tell you, I have this, you know, what is called the 3 R's plus the 3 E's. And why India is so good in recycling. It's not just, you know, what we need. You know, the 3 E's, I mean, is the economic impact that ship recycling has. The second E is the efficiency with which the Indian ship recycling yards can recycle a vessel, both the timeline and the safety and so forth. And the third E is the E that especially in Europe we are very familiar with, is ESG, which is environmental, social, and governance aspects. What the Indian recyclers have taken all these three in, you know, and created a product that nobody in the world can match with. I mean, so that's number one. Second is our background as Indians, right? The 3 R's. You know, what is sustainable economy? Reduce, recycle, and reuse. And Indians have been always good at these 3 things, you know, to reduce consumption. So I think this is where India has excelled on the global stage.
No, I think we need to do some recycling tours these days. We're talking about heritage tours, Ayurveda tours. I think we can actually do recycling tours, because that stretch onto the Bhavnagar along seafront. I think it's really worth a tour, in fact. Thanks, Dr. Anil Sharma.